Liveness. We're
Live.
liveness.
Welcome to the Cyber Dimension.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Inseinen Studios weekly podcast. Today we're doing volume 2 of Biomega. I am freaking stoked. We got badass regulars, Millennium and Mars.
Hello there.
And yeah. Believe it or not, I've been up doing productive things, and Millennium, even though it's like 4 p.m. maybe, and wherever the fuck time it is in England, just woke up.
It's
Round of applause, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh man. Sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I've read Biomega so many times I don't even read it before.
Oh, by the way, Blessing Pilot wrote in the chat. He says, "Let me in, please."
I told him he's just gotta. It's not coming up. Oh, it's coming up. Let's see. Okay, guys, we're about to add Blessing. Let's see if his Wi-Fi is messed up. Yo, what's up, Fall 9? All right, let's fucking go. We got Safeguard. Devil of Daybreak is back. Oh, Safeguard, are you Devil of Daybreak? Did you change your name? Anyway, Blessing. I don't know if you can hear me, bro, but you are not coming in.
Yeah, probably kick him and then add him back in or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just leave.
Or maybe it's just shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
yeah. You guys ready? Where did we leave off? Volume 1. Oh, yeah, we left off with the interlink.
Yes.
Zoichi just shot all the ICBMs in the sky, protecting, the major populated cities and Toa heavy industry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the interlink was basically Hagid killing Go. And then he shot Kira.
I name it. I pronounce it as like Higuide.
Higuide? Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. Honestly, probably call him whatever you want. It's a very weird name. In English, it's like guide. Guide is guide. So high guide, which sounds weird. Hagi, I don't know.
I think it's Higuide. It's the way Japanese people pronounce it. So yeah.
And then and we had the interlink show that started where all the crazy shit was happening all over the world. So there's like wars going on.
Back to that. Yeah. Where the capsule is falling through some roofs, then they find it, and then the bear is taking it back.
Wait up, Mars. It's like halfway through the volume.
Sorry.
All right, whatever. So yeah, guys, shit's going crazy around the world. You got the N5S virus dronifying people. You got the CEU of the DRF fighting the regular armies of the world. It seems like the CEU is the only one that has like a way to combat it through their mutation of their own soldiers with the quasi N5SV, or just there's some other soldiers that will come across and like characters that it's like maybe they didn't have the N5SV, but they have some other powers that let them survive this dronified thing. We'll get into that. But anyway, we open up at Toa Heavy Industries. We got
all
beautiful
zombified, all drones. It's all
fun.
Unfortunately,
these are beautiful color pages, by the way.
Yeah, all in black and red, and it's just menacing.
Super cool. Oh, I'm outside today, so if I show stuff, it's not going to look very well. Oh my God, double page spread of Toa, so beautiful.
First time we see in headquarters of Toa,
and oh man, it is not looking good for the guys here. So the guys that aren't dronified, they're all fucked. We see their masks on. This guy's got like a drill for his fucking finger.
It's like Texas
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. That kind of shit. Like literally someone's face on the face.
Ogle's like, Ogle says, do the Toa even have a CEO or something? He's probably dead. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, an important guy's referenced in a flashback scene later on. We'll get to that. But right now, the masked dude
is drilling everybody in the head.
Yeah. He's like, how bad are you ready to talk now, Dr. Kurakawa? We'll learn more about him in a sec. He just stays silent. Yeah. He's like, no, I guess I'm gonna let you kill everyone. And dude, the first time I read this, I was just like, good lord, this guy is brutal. He just starts drilling people in the head to
Hell
death.
yeah. That's the shit.
The agent, he says, the agent you dispatched to 9J0 to interfere with our plan. What kind of weapon was he using? Okay, so this is kind of important. I didn't catch this till many read-throughs later. He's talking about the 2000 XL, basically his like super powerful railgun that he used to shoot down all the missiles.
Hmm.
Oh shit! And some dude comes in. He's like, "We found her."
Her dog.
Yeah, it's the doctor's daughter, and this guy doesn't have a name yet. Whatever. He's like, "Take her mask off. She's to be baptized with the N5SV."
Oh, I gave him a name.
She's so
Father.
sick.
It's just a
Yeah.
blank stare.
You want to give him a name, Millennium?
Never mind.
How about Leatherface? We'll call him Leatherface.
Yeah, Leatherface. Yeah,
fucking
Leatherface.
Leatherface. It's gonna rip people up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's not looking good for this girl. She's like, "Father." And
Nah.
yeah, dude, Kurokawa's keeping his lips shut.
Mm.
I don't really know why. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens with
secret.
him.
And then
And
the next page is just
personality.
our boy riding around.
yeah, we go back
Nice.
to Zoichi. Fuyu's like, Toa Heavy Industry has fallen. You can't go back. The main units of the CU are gathering at headquarters. Going back there now is suicide.
Too late, you've been spotted.
Yeah, Zoichi doesn't give a fuck, though. He's like, nah, we're going.
And then we just get some planes and it just whacks them in one go. This two spread, it's just one plane. It's just
Okay,
going
so
down.
yeah, the planes are coming, and of course he shoots them with his gun, and yeah, explosions everywhere. And here's just a geeky moment, like planes and
Geek.
geeks. Otaku have obsessions with planes and trains, so yeah, in this manga we'll have planes and trains all the time. So here, the missiles come in, and of course they will get blasted because they can't keep up with the motorcycle. Like motorcycle, I think it slows down, and the missile just goes like in front of it
Then
and
just
blasts. Yeah.
Well,
explode.
Zoichi, I'm sure Zoichi's bike is like the best motorcycle that's ever existed.
I mean,
existed
yeah,
ever.
for the best they could make, yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it just jumps on the plane and just takes it for a ride. Just as a kamikaze.
Yeah, the plane. Yeah, the plane basically jumps in the air above one of the planes, and it's really cool. Like we just see it just jump over, and it cuts to another image. It's like, oh my god, it's like a classic action movie cinematography, like what you call it, the storyboarding. So it's really cool.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's this. All the action in Biomega is fantastic, including this.
And then back on the ship, you have in the second panel, you have some guys sitting in some on some equipment, but we see the same kind of equipment on Blame with the little silicons that are sitting in it, and Shibo is just zapping everybody. And
it looks exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, important to note, guy. The last panel with Zoichi in the plane, he's about to like mount it, is what it looks like, and then we'll see. Dude, this it's so crazy what he does. So these are like
He's just
aircraft
hacking the thing
carriers.
and just kamikaze on and everything and just avoiding.
But this one will be different, Marcy will say. So, yeah, we see the point of view from the DRF. I think the soldiers that in the control panel.
Well,
kind of like we never. Sorry.
Well, we're screwed, but go on.
Oh, okay, all right, Mars. The way you just interrupt, it's like you're trying to say something. But anyway, so these people, we see their point of view. So these guys are just like, we never saw their like point of view before. To be honest, like this is the like closest you're gonna get to their point of view, and we see that Joichi is riding the motorcycle. Riding the pilot. Okay, he's riding the motorcycle, which is piloting the airplane. This is really
through the little electrical cord. It's probably Fuyu
just
controlling
going to
it.
the main
Honestly,
unit and just.
Guys, important to note though, the CEU, like the DRF, has a massive army. Like these are aircraft carriers. Not every country has aircraft carriers, and there's a shitload of them. right on the harbor of where the Toa Heavy Industries is. So who knows how much
One
time
plane
has
takes it
elapsed
all out,
since
so
like
it's-
volume 1 to now. It could be a good amount of
Yeah.
time.
I think it was like mentioned like 5 months or something. Someone in the first volume, someone mentioned 5 months have passed, but yeah, it's been a long time. I think.
So that was 5 months after the opening scene on Mars.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Or it's actually 6 months. But anyway, yeah. So Zoichi and Fuyu, it just looks so cool. He's on top of this plane with his bike, shooting the plane's missiles, blowing up the aircraft carriers, and just picking them off one by one. There's nothing they
And
can do
just
about it.
avoiding all the missiles, and it's just mayhem. Everybody's panicking.
Yeah. Missiles fired. Crash this thing into the pier, says Fuyu. And he's like, not yet. There's
Not
one
yet.
ship left.
Nah,
And then
we
he
got
just,
a kamikaze this shit.
yeah, dude, the kamikaze into the last ship. Oh
And
my God.
wow, I'm in a rumble, and just scoot, and then jumps off and just scoots off into the city. Yes.
Dude, I love Kiri, but like Zoichi does the most badass things.
Motorcycle shit.
Like Zoichi is like the coolest, I think.
And
On a motorcycle,
one
oh,
of the
sure.
one of the best things like the mangaka does in this manga is like uses the eye flow thing, like flow of reading with the motorcycles driving. Basically, we see that the motorcycles after image like where it's going, but as our eyes are gliding through the page, we see the motorcycle gliding as well. It's really cool, and yeah, we can see like the how the motorcycle is being driven without even seeing the motorcycle. So it's like fantastic.
Yeah. Meki Ep says clearly lots of money is being provided to the organization. Yes, and we'll learn about the history of the DRF later on.
But it's all blown into nothingness by
Um,
just one man.
So yeah, Zoichi continues on. Now we got the CEU and their tanks, and he's like affirmative. He just took out the 40th Armored Company. Dude, this Zoichi is a one-man army.
Yeah.
Be on alert.
Yeah,
Be on
be
alert.
alert. It's 20 kilometers to your precision base, and a splash, and the whole thing is already gone.
Dude, yeah, he's like already there, just killing everyone before they even have a minute to like plan. This is pretty cool. We get this, honestly.
4D something flying.
This
It's
reminds
something
me of
out
something.
of yeah,
Something
like
like
Battle Angel out to the
Ghost in the Shell,
sorry, Alita.
or
I was thinking Ghost in the Shell, like
Yeah,
Apple
Ghost in the
Seed.
Shell.
Magic. You know, the two
Yeah.
robots that just go mayhem and everything.
Yeah, Black
Those
Magic
kind of
66,
scary.
dude.
Yeah,
I actually really like that anime movie.
yeah, it's good.
I have the manga. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I need to read it.
Mhm.
Zoichi's going down. Yeah, this thing could also relate. It's sort of like, it looks sort of like a Banshee-ish from Halo.
Well, he
then
was a big fan of Halo, so that can be pretty close. to that.
Yeah, we'll have to do his Johnson's Escape one shot when we do the other Nihei stuff. Safeguard says, how does Zoichi's gun work? I think it has its own energy source.
Probably the same to GB, but then less powerful because it's just like.
And also,
Yeah,
you
good
see
shot.
him reload. So we know that he has to reload ammo, and we know that he can increase the power of certain shots. Because when he fired that one super powerful shot at the patrol inspector in Volume 1, before he turned his clicker thing and took the N5 SV, the Quasi one, he raised up the power super high, and then his gun was like drained of energy. He couldn't use it for a while after that. So it uses ammo, it uses energy. We know that for sure.
Yeah, and I speculate at this point, like, could it be related to his body? Like, before in the last chapter in the interlink, we saw one of the agents like destroy a building, and we later on learned that that building was one of the, I think, one of the headquarters for CEU. I think, I don't know if I'm.
Well, also, whenever we see, it's like the overlay on over his eyes. Like whenever we see those scenes where it's like max fire, shit like that, Zoichi probably has overlay over his vision.
Probably just his bike helm, because he also uses on.
And his helmet too probably has that too, yeah. Because Safeguard's like, I always thought it was powered by Zoichi's brainwaves.
Oh,
Who
No,
knows? I
yeah,
mean, he is an
the
artificial
ship
human.
itself, literally.
You
yeah,
could think about it.
yeah.
Anyway, we get some badass scenes. Blessing, can you talk?
I guess not.
He's just there. Whatever. You just have your picture there. We get more badass scenes, dude. I love when Zoichi's bike is ever just riding fucking buildings. He turns around, shoots it, it goes bye. Okay, and then he's entered Toa Heavy Industry now through like this little slot on the side of the building. And dude, he's just putting on a clinic, running through, headshotting people left and right, doing Zoichi things. And then so
Oh
Fuyu
man.
connects to the system. She says, "I found them, 4361 near room 105." Okay. And okay, Zoichi busts into a room. It seems like there's a bunch of Toa guys and a shitload of CEU. Oh no, and they have the daughter hung up by her hands. And then when it's just like a pissed off Zoichi face, headshotting left and right. There's so many scenes where it's just like do, like multiple headshots in milliseconds.
And then we get to the doctor's
Well,
daughter, which is actually some kind of a mother to Shuichi. For
yeah, well,
like,
It's not some
well,
kind
we
of like,
get
it's like she was used for. We'll see
yeah,
later
we'll
on,
see
but
it.
let's not jump.
Anyway, guys, this is important. So we kind of see the N5SV taking over. Wow, I forget this girl's name. She's the daughter for now. So
Yeah.
Zoichi takes his helmet and puts it on her head to try to save her.
to save her, but it doesn't. Well,
Yeah, and then enter Leatherface.
ooh, man, this is just really fucking quick.
Yeah,
Comes in
fan
and
fam,
goes
kind of
out.
like Killy's eyes, the overlay. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this dude is super powerful. I kind of assume, guys, these guys from the DRF and CEU that are like super powered, they're either also artificial humans or they've been like experimented on to counteract the virus and increase their strength and abilities in certain ways, or they've taken
I
the Quasi
think.
N5SV. Like it's
Yeah,
got
I
to be
think it's
one
the
of those
fuzzy one.
things.
Yeah,
You think
they
it's the
just
Quasi?
adapted to it
Yeah.
and just took an.
And we later on will see some skeletons and stuff where they're advanced, I think. So these people, the Leatherface people, I think they're just quasi and privacy and
Okay.
yeah.
And guys, notice the CEU, they're always wearing face masks. So they could still be regular people, but protected by the virus because of the face mask. So we shouldn't assume that every CEU person.
I mean,
'Cause,
and
I
the
mean-
boats were also
True.
correct. And the boats are
It-
also changed into one
But-
since you
but-
turned it one up on this.
But you know, like N5SC, they probably have the N5SC, the non-toxic one. But if they take off the mask, they can be exposed to the toxic ones, and so that could have some reaction with them while they're having the immunity. They might have some bodily reaction that doesn't take off their mind, like
I think it's kind of like a hierarchy. Like the important guys get the Quasi N5SV, and the regular foot soldiers just have to wear masks. That's how I see it. But
true.
because I mean,
yeah.
there's a clear difference between people like Leatherface and the foot soldier CEU guys that Zoichi disposes of in like a millisecond.
To
Mars,
the
what you
dirty
talking
work.
about? Yeah, the dirty work. Okay.
Anyway, so Leatherface like Zoichi Konoe. I like Konoe. I don't know how you guys say it. I didn't think we'd meet quite so soon. And then
Menacing.
okay, end of
The
chapter
stare
1.
off.
Okay, guys, this is cool. Bless you, Mars. Blessing, your whatever face that is looks really pretty, and we still can't hear you. It's actually kind of comedic.
Kind of pointless.
Anyway, so guys, this is important. This is like a flashback scene. So right now we're in Toa Heavy Industries, and these are some important people. It seems like they say, "Watch your step." It's slick from condensation as they like enter. It looks like they're going down.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping Dr. Kurakawa himself would tell us why
by
things
the way,
are. Yeah.
Sorry. Like all the like borders of this chapter is black, so it's basically saying it's in the past, like a flashback, and like that's the thing the manga use all the time. Black background border means it's in the past. It's a flashback.
That's a good observation. We'll see if it maintains that throughout, because there's so many flashback scenes. I was
Yeah.
hoping Dr. Kurokawa himself would tell us why things are running behind. Another dude's like, I'm sorry, I know you came all the way from headquarters, but we haven't heard from the doctor at all today. The other dude's like, according to the schedule, the first synthetic human should have been completed a long time ago. What is its status? And then we get this
So
giant 2-page spread of
Yeah.
on the
and
bottom. It looks
basically,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
We get
yeah,
Chuichi,
it's
Fuji, and then some others.
yeah.
Which
So
is the
basically,
KA.
this entity, I probably government entity, they're commissioning the heavy industry to make artificial human for them, and
Kurokawa is behind the project to make these
yeah,
artificial humans. And the
Yeah.
Toa heavy industry big heads are basically coming down, be like, yo, doctor, we fucking paid you good money. Where are artificial
Get the fuck
humans?
going, or else
Hmm,
Yeah.
you are dead.
Yeah, you're behind schedule, bro.
yeah.
Okay,
But
guys,
one thing to notice. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, so obviously in this 2-page spread on the bottom, we see capsules that are containing the artificial
Fuji,
humans as they grow. Like,
Shuichi,
yeah, we see
Hmm.
Fuyu, Zoichi. Um, we
KA,
see
and then we
Tier,
see
Tire,
Kira, yeah. And
yeah,
then
who
we
Go shot off
show
before.
SO something. Well,
I think
some
it's
other people.
Tyra. I think the way it's pronounced, I think it's Tyra. But anyway,
Yeah, I thought that too when I read it, but I can tell
Tyra,
with
Tyra,
me.
Tyra. Yeah,
We can
makes
go
sense.
Tyra. Anyway, what do you guys think this thing above it is? Do you think that's like that
It's
houses the
only
computer program where they
source,
grow
I
up
guess.
in?
Literally energy that's flowing into to give it the thing
For
whole
me,
power.
It almost
Or
looks like a
just
head.
looks cool, but I guess it
yeah,
is the purpose of getting power.
Mars, calm down. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think
Now, shut up, you.
like you're not making sense. That's what I'm talking about. But
I'm
anyway,
making sense. I'm always
to
making sense.
yourself.
Shut
Okay, calm down. So yeah, this thing that's over them, it's like looking towards them. I think that's where we'll see the daughter of the CEO is like, you know,
You think that could be the
implanted.
energy source, but also we'll get into it in the next page.
Yeah,
The alternate reality cyber world where they're growing up in a short amount of time.
yeah, that
up.
could be it as well.
Anyway,
A
so
year is like 50 years in their time.
yeah, we're gonna
And,
get to the specifics right now. So
Okay, so one thing, sorry, before we go in,
uh,
I think it makes sense if they have a closed system, like a biological, internet, like closed system instead of just the web or just the like system, computer system of them. So basically, it's like a server for these people to be in this huge
okay.
thingy.
One of the doctors like it is possible to complete synthesis quickly, but the problem is its spirit. So guys, we're talking about growing an artificial mind, body, shit like
yeah,
that. Um,
it's
we ha- we
best.
have Yeah, we have to grow their brains from infancy to adulthood within the Shikiomi. So we'll refer to the cyber world they're growing up in as the Shikiomi. We can't just info dump the data for personality and knowledge. That won't work. So they're like, yeah, we can make an artificial body, but to like do a mind, it needs to grow up. It takes time. We can't just like give it information and call it a reliable artificial human. It's got to grow and learn shit.
Yeah, one thing I need to like it talks about soul, like in any other sci-fi setting where artificial humans or clones are made. It's never like it's not a Western philosophy of making humans, of how humans are made nowadays because of like science and stuff. But in the Eastern philosophy, there's the like soul is a more prominent aspect of humans. So one of the concepts of like birth is ensoulment, and so like when soul enters the body, and so these people are like basically making these humans, but they want the soul to enter it, and so they made the Shikiomi. I think like they're keeping them in the Shikiomi. So go
I
on.
think I think we'll let me get through a little bit more dialogue. I'll tell you my thoughts.
Yeah.
So one of the bigwigs is like, grow. The DRF's vessel could return in as little as a year. They're talking about the one that the DRF sent to Mars. That's so also, guys, this is kind of important. Toa Heavy Industries has some pretty fucking important information that they probably shouldn't have. They must be aware that the virus is on Mars and that the DRF is planning to bring it back. That's what I think, because like it seems pretty important. Because he's like, "Are you saying we're putting the fate of our company in the hands of 1-year-olds?" But the doctor's like, "That's what Shikiomi are for. A year in real time equals more than 50 years in there. The first pair, Team Kanoe, will be ready next month." So, guys, the Shikiomi is just so they can, grow these artificial brain minds in a short time in real life, because it's like, 1 year here is 50 years there. It's kind of like the hyperbolic fucking time chamber. Dragon Ball Z fans, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Good. If they aren't, the doctor will be removed from his position. So the bigwigs are kind of pissed. Tell him that. One of the doctors is like, "Yes, sir." And then he's surprised to see Kurokawa as a name on one of the capsules. The doctor informs him
it's his. That's basically their mother or their teacher that basically learns.
Yeah, obvious.
Yeah, and we'll see that in a scene that happens in the Shikiomi. But Kurokawa's daughter is acting as the mom that's like raising and teaching the artificial brains in the Shikiomi. And then we're back to, before we get back to real life, what do you guys think about Toa's, what information do you think Toa has on the DRF?
So since like the doctor has already used humans in the project, I think they are really into it. They're really serious about it. Human experimentation is going on. So probably they have some ideas of DRF. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for them to like do a project without knowing what it's gonna be used for, So I think they do, or maybe not. It's never clear though.
I mean, I think they have some info, but not all, because why would they ask, like, how they grow and how it all works? They just know the project in general and just want to give some money into it.
You see, like, later on when you see the mother talking with the people, I think they have a clear idea. It makes sense for them to have it. But I don't think they know that it's going to happen so soon. Otherwise, like,
they don't know the details. They just know their mission and what they should do.
Basically. So they at least know the DRF is up to no good. We don't know the extensive of the accuracies, which we'll see. We'll see this because fucking, damn it, what's her name?
Tira?
No, Kinoshi or something.
We'll get to
it. She explains the Toa's mission and like what she was trained to believe. So we'll see it. So back to real life. Leatherface, Soichi facing off. Leatherface is like, "The DRF has captured the doctor. Surrender now and you may have time to save his daughter." Oh, okay. So Zoichi's like, "No surrender, no deals. I'm going to save both Dr. Kurokawa and DR Green, the accommodator you abducted on 9J0. Dude, Zoichi's just such a badass, man. Like,
he just doesn't give a shit.
He does not give a fuck. Wait.
And then it's too spread of him changing into this monstrosity like they always do.
Ogle's like, "Officer, she isn't a minor. 1 years in real life equals to 50 in the Toa machine."
Oh, no. No, that's horrible.
Oh, no, that's dangerous.
We're going there.
That's dangerous.
Okay, let's go.
I heard someone say, this is very inappropriate. It's kind of like a dirty old man joke, but he was like, "Oh, if they got hair, pretty bad. Pretty bad." That was bad. Anyway, yeah, beautiful 2-page spread. So they're fighting.
I wonder what's on this. Written on his arm, by the way. I mean, probably some fans have translated that long ago, but who knows? Probably.
I think it's something to do with
property
like
of
training
the DRF.
soldiers. Like, I used Google Translate, and it says basically a body capsule for trained soldiers. So basically, they're turning off the
modified
capsule.
Soldiers, highly modified.
Probably.
Okay. Anyway, so he gets a shot off in his head. this dude, yeah, he definitely has the quasi N5E because he's healing from it. He throws Zoichi back through a wall. Dude, this guy is fucking powerful.
But
Zoichi's
not
super
for
tough
long.
too. He just like goes through walls,
This just
stays
rams up.
intact.
And then it says Toev Industries synthetic human design Shuichi Karone. You failed to live up to your reputation. And it's just his
Well,
back just becomes one
one
big
thing to
rocket and just
notice.
propels into it. But just as laughing as a maniac. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And
Okay, so one Mars.
yeah, I want to talk too, mate. It's not you just.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're going
Good
past
part.
the 3 pages, same screen. Anyway, one thing I wanted to say is that this guy, if you look closely, like he's one of the eyes gets changed, the other one is normal. Before, when I like he was normal in the Leatherface mode, I saw that
Oh.
his right eyes or like his left eye was abnormal, and later on we'll see other members of the group. They have half the face normal, half the face abnormal, and stuff like that. Like they're not fully transformed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it looks like they have some kind of control
Congrats, you
over
got it.
their quasi N5SV powers to a certain degree.
Yes.
And yeah, Millennium looks like you're about to talk. This dude has like jetpacks on his freaking back somehow. I don't know if they're part of his biology or it's like something that's like strapped onto him.
Yeah, I think it's part of his biology.
Oh, you
It's like-
think? Because the patrol inspector in Volume 1, he had something similar.
No,
where
that's probably just to keep it on, just to know what it is.
I think
I guess it's just
Yeah,
part of
that
his
is-
whole suit.
I think it's like attached to him, but it's not part of his biology. Because
No,
like,
it's not part
how would
of
that
it.
make sense?
I mean, he is
No, it
also
would make
Bell.
sense, to be
Why would
honest.
that be part of it? It makes
biological-
There's no purpose.
there might be machineries inside of it, but like biological rocket system, it's not that much of a like crazy thing to be in this manga. Because
It's true.
like
I mean, it could be things.
yeah.
There is crazy stuff that happens.
Like
We'll get into some
insects,
crazy
for example.
characters.
Insects in real life, they also have like they breathe through the orifices in their body, and they can close and open by like they can control it. So I think it's the similar philosophy here. This person can actually make rocket out of his body. Have you played the game Prototype?
No,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you
though.
haven't? Yeah, so that game has a
I haven't
similar
played a lot
thing.
of games. I'm not a gamer.
You can
I
just
played
watch the gameplay, to be honest. So, Mars, you played it, so you'll understand. Like in that game, the main character has a similar thing. He can like emit bioparticles through like it's like a rocket system through his body, and he can just fly off.
Yeah.
So this guy's heading towards Zoichi. Zoichi, we see his like screen that he's seeing over his eyes.
Shell
Accelerator.
output, maximum manner mode off, shoots through his chest, and he just slams on the floor.
That was pretty clutch.
Body horn. It's great. It's just
the output maximum is pretty deadly.
Yeah, especially with these.
It's cool too to note the like spiral like thing.
The bullet is
hole.
literally just spiraling around. It's just wrecking his
Probably
chest.
compressed bullets, like
it's got to have something.
bullet.
You know how like the GBE, it shoots like a little line, but it has a radius of like destruction that goes around it.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
I'm not saying this has like gravitons as a part of the technology, but it's some similar thing in physics where it's like it's either moving so fast or there's so much power behind it that it like creates a field around it when it shoots that does something similar. Yes, Jestro, Zoichi is a G. He is the Gist.
We know.
And then we just get a beautiful
page.
mangled bloody body.
And next page he said, "You said he might be able to save the doctor's daughter. What do you mean? She's been infected with N5."
Sorry. I just wanted to point out that the white border has gone back to black again. So that's how you know it's in the past.
Yeah, and then literally the next page is black. So we're going back to the past. In the next page.
No, she's been infected with the N5S virus. Did you think there was actually a Kirk? Ha 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 ha, Kirk, and then just blam. And then we
Yeah.
get back to the past in the cyber world. Something like the same as the net sphere, basically.
Yeah, well, this
That
guys, what's about to happen? We're in the Shikiomi. Zoichi did. He just, Leatherface lied to Zoichi. There's no cure for the N5SV. Zoichi's pissed. He blows Leatherface's a hole in his head.
we
Guys,
know.
this is important. So this flashback scene is happening within the Shikiomi. Yeah, like Mars said, it is similar to like how Nihei represents the net sphere in Blam because it's like open
Also,
fields and
Mhm.
stuff.
yeah, also Yomi in Japanese basically means the underworld, and Shiki is like death. So basically, death world. This one is like where they're not alive, and at the same time they're in the underworld, kind of in a different, reality. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
cool.
can dig that. So 700 years ago, the colonists on Mars tried to unlock the secrets to immortality. Guys, if you haven't, I recommend go watching my part 1 of Biomega. I explain like the timeline. I put a lot of effort into that, where I basically anytime
Yeah.
something was mentioned in the manga about something in the past, I plotted it on a timeline to make it easy for you guys because it happens a lot. And also, sometimes they'll be specific, like they'll be like, oh, 720, 30 years or 726. Other times they'll be like 700 years ago, and they won't mean exactly 700 years. It's kind of like about that time ago. So it can get
Yeah.
a little complicated. Anyway, about 700 years ago, colonists on Mars tried to unlock the secret immortality. Instead, they created the N5S virus. So this is around the year 2300. The drone epidemic hit without warning. They're talking about on Mars. N5SV leaked, and in a matter of hours, the entire colony was infected. Okay, so now what we know, they're trying to unlock immortality, instead creating an N5SV. People turned into drones. Colony got fucked. It took 200 years to build the Mars colony, but only 4 days to destroy it. Mars became uninhabitable once again. Okay, so humans must have been on Mars around the year 2100 because that was 200 years before the virus hit. So they had about 200 years on Mars to have people there and colonize. It was probably pretty big, probably a good amount of people there. Think about it. In our reality, once we have people on Mars colonizing, 200 years after that, there's probably going to be a shitload of people there. Jester is like unrelated, but is anyone going to buy the Sugimori figure from Right Stuff Anime?
No,
I might. I'm not a figure guy, but that is pretty
I'm
cool.
getting the blame figure from Figurama.
Henrik says, I think the Ganas are an evolution of the drones. We're not going to, that's a whole,
Other
we'll
theory,
get, yeah,
another work.
we'll get into that later, Henrik. That's too much right now. So anyway, the daughter's talking to the kids, raising them, the synthetic minds. The kids are like, what was the disease? Did everyone die? She says N5SV is a deadly toxin. Once you are infected, it rewrites your genes. Drones are completely different beings. There was a single survivor, the first accommodator, but we still don't know why the accommodator was able to neutralize the N5SV toxin. We'll later learn who this is. Why is the DRF traveling to Mars now? A little girl asks. And this looks like Zoichi. He's like the oldest because he was the first synthetic person, him and Fuyu, the combo to go into the world, Shikiomi. He says, think about it. Solve the mystery of the virus and you gain an overwhelming advantage over your corporate competitors. So we see what Zoichi's mindset and maybe what Toa's mindset is, more of like on a company and money making and what this means for the future of our company mindset. But the daughter's like, we don't know the DRF's goal for sure, Zoichi. So, and then we just see some text. No matter the cost, we must prevent a drone epidemic here on Earth. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then, guys, it looks like we're back in the present, okay?
Yeah, we're Fuchu
White border
connected
again.
with the helmet, with her, and it's just talking in the cyber world, basically.
Yeah, so what
Similar
actually,
idea.
we'll see it happen, but Fuyu connected to the daughter. And that's where this conversation is taking place. So we see Fuyu go up to the daughter and she's like, mother, this is Fuyu, the blonde one, and the dark-haired one's the daughter. And she says, Fuyu, where is everybody? Fuyu says, not here. This is not inside Shikiyomi. I'm connected to you through Zoichi's helmet. The daughter's like, oh, right, I'm infected. So she's like, oh, okay, I know my situation. Kind of like Matrixy. Fuyu, you must flee headquarters. It won't be long before this place is. Fuyu says, yes, I know. I noticed early when I scanned the defense system. I'm sorry. If I hadn't argued with Zoichi, we might have had more time. Talking about when she was like, earlier in the volume, Fuyu was like, Zoichi, we don't have time. It's too late. But now she regrets it.
Yeah, don't worry. You were just following orders. I'm glad you got to me before the end. Thank you. And just disappears because the fires took her over.
The soul is gone from the underworld. So yeah,
this is so touching. Yeah, and then
this
the
is the first time
just
that's really sad. She's holding her head, like
like they cared about her.
Slowly deforming. It's like
that was pretty much their mom. Like she raised them.
Yeah, mom, big sister, like a mother figure. So yeah,
poor mom.
Fam.
And then Toei Industries does self-destruct.
One thing we need to like see, like Marcy's saying it slowly. I think it's really fast. I think the deformation is so fast. It's bursting through the helmet, and we can see the splatter of blood on Joichi's face, and then the explosion.
Yeah.
Destruction.
Well, the virus took her over.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Then it looks like this was Zoichi and Fuyu made this explosion happen. They were like, all right, fuck it. We're self-destructing. Toei Heavy Industry. Guys, Gestro's like, in the version of the manga I have, the annotations for the abbreviations aren't always on the relevant page. Does anyone else have this print? For example, a speech bubble will have DRF in it. Then on the following page turn, there will be an asterisk that explains.
I don't see that here.
I don't see it here either, but Gestro, there are a lot of times throughout. Yeah, there's a lot of times throughout the story where they have an asterisk and explain what DRF is.
Panels, you mean? Between that would mean we have the same volumes. It's the same English volumes.
Anyway, so Toei Heavy Industry blows up. We get a beautiful 2-page spread of what looks like, some kind of nuclear explosion. But it could just be a giant regular one. I mean, we talked about nuclear explosions last episode.
Yeah, February 26, 2006. Toei Heavy Industries headquarters self-destructs. The Public Health Service announces that it has confirmed the spread of the drone epidemic across the entire planet. Immediately after, the Data Recovery Foundation declares itself the sole world governmental power.
Yeah.
So one thing to they're talking about the annotations in the different page. I think it's because it's like in the volume, it's 2 different pages and the same, like you're reading in a paper. So if there's no space in the right page, it's going to be in the left page. It's like that, It makes sense for the annotation.
Also an explanation
it makes sense
for all the things.
Yeah. It makes sense for the annotations to be in the right page instead of in the left page instead of the right one, because there's not going to be any space for this. There's only a single panel there. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, Blessing, we're not ignoring you. You're only talking in the private chat, so you got to go to the regular.
Nobody can hear
comments.
you.
So we can't hear you, and you're making comments in the private chat, which
we can do both. So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, this is big. Shit hit the fan. DRF was prepared. Rest of the world wasn't. Government agencies and armies are falling to the CEU and the virus, and now DRF's pretty much in control of the earth. There's just no one else there. The DRF, they're the biggest power now. Zoichi's like, I'm resuming pursuit of Eon Green. He just drives away. End of chapter 12. That was cool. That was a good chapter.
Yeah. That's giving our main character a backstory and motivation for what he's doing. It's really great.
Oh, Gestro, the name for the training area the synthetic humans were raised in, it's called the Shikiyomi. It's like a cyber world. It's like the
own vessel, your own little world.
It's like the hyperbolic time chamber in terms of time.
It's like a net sphere where humans live in peace and it's all great.
like what you
Not
see in
net
Blame,
sphere.
like
What are
milk.
you on about? Net sphere is a place. This one
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, but it's also the same kind of place that these people are in. I mean, it's
But
similar.
this
It
is a
looks, but
cyber. This
it's
is
not
not a
literally the
physical
same,
entity. Yeah,
obviously.
it's not a physical place. It's
I mean,
more.
yeah, it is similar. It's just a program, except then it doesn't have. It seems like the Netsphere doesn't have the time ratio that the Shikiomi does. Seems like
Oh yeah,
Netsphere
It's
is
yeah.
not
like
the
1 to
same
1.
thing, but it looks the same.
Shiki. Is there a time skip in between Toa self destruct and I'm resuming pursuit of Eon Green? I
Kinda, because
mean,
we literally go to the sea and just pop back up. So
it,
kind
it
of a
could
time
it
time
could
skip.
not. I don't. I think it happens right after because like Zoichi
Yeah.
is a man on a mission. You know,
Yeah,
he
sure, but I mean, a few hours between that, so some kind of time skip, obviously, because he literally rides at the bottom of the sea and just comes back up, which is also kind of impressive. You never know what this man can do.
But the
Basically.
speed that he's going with is kind of like really high, so you can't really judge it by actual like transport system and the speed of that. So anyway,
I would say it
are we
doesn't
going into
matter.
the next? Yeah, it doesn't matter actually. We're in the next chapter though, right? Chapter 13.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is important. So Fuyu says there's oh no, Zoichi's like there's no mistake, and then Fuyu's like no mistake. The chromosomes in the cells collected from Eon Green are abnormal, so she should be infected. But I couldn't find any actual trace of the N5SV. The chromosomes of N5SV's victims show irregular abnormalities from cell to cell, but every sample taken from Eon Green is identical. I'm absolutely certain that Eon Green
Hello.
is not
Okay.
infected. So, guys, this is very important because before we thought Eon Green was an accommodator. Accommodator are regular people that just like aren't affected the same way by the virus. But Eon
Yeah.
Green is something completely different. She is not infected.
she's a true
But
accommodator, like they told him.
yeah, they'll say later on. So I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but for now, just realize Eon Green is different from these so-called accommodators, which are just lucky people that aren't infected the same, that aren't
Also, we
affected the
go.
same way. They are in the accommodators are infected, but they kind of
But it
like
doesn't affect them.
doesn't it doesn't show. Yeah, Eon
Also,
Green is
we
just
go
not
into the.
infected.
Yeah, we went into the science of it all as well. Like the zombies, I mean the drones. They have like all of their different chromosomes mutate and they're different from each other, like all the cells chromosomes from one cell to another. But for Eon Green, all of the cells chromosomes are similar to the other cells, so it's kind of, even for like normal human, that's kind of abnormal, to be honest. Like
That is true. Yeah, guys, and that's a good point, Millennium, because we learn Eon Green is very, very different from regular people. And
yeah,
guys, this
Because
is
you
a
can
very important.
regenerate in like a couple of seconds.
This is actually a
True
very important panel to
virus
see what's
fire.
going on. We see the virus. Okay, that's the N5SV, and it's fucking up with
Collecting up
people's
their
cells,
DNA,
DNA.
literally. Just
Yeah.
changing the whole thing.
Okay. Cool. And so now Zoichi just comes out of the freaking ocean in his bike. Like, what can this bike not
like I
do?
said.
It's so ridiculous.
Like I
you know
said,
the on he's like a demon coming
Jestro,
from,
does that
like,
mean
you
the
know,
only
the.
different cellular level? Are you
Sorry.
talking Jestro? Do you mean Eon Green versus regular accommodators? I mean, it is. I mean, you're not wrong, and we'll learn more about it. Like, we'll talk about this again. Trust me. We get more
which is
information on Eon
going
Green.
page by page, literally, and not just spoiling everything, basically.
The drones don't regenerate, right? I don't think the drones regenerate. I don't think we've seen
No,
that.
they just get blown off and die. They're basically zombies, but really over modified zombies, basically.
So, anyways,
One thing to notice is that like, yeah, it's funny for Joichis to come out of the water, but in like, since in this manga we have lots of Japanese mythology coming in, um the mythology of Oni, or the demons, you can say, they come from the ocean. They rise from the sea and they invade the earth. So I think that's a cool touch over here. It's like a demon, like Joichi is so angry. Probably he's like a demon for the hunters, like the
I mean, before we
PRFs here.
already saw he was a demon, so I mean, yeah, it's a nice touch, but they already know. I mean, he destroyed like majority of their army already, so yeah. But hey, yeah, okay, whatever.
So
Hello, Seinen.
what's up? Yeah, so Zoichi pops up. What a guy. Out of the water in his bike. That's MSC at 57. There it is, plain as day. ID verified based on scarring and paint abrasions on the hull. That's the vessel that took Eon Green from
The
9J0.
submarine, basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, guys, Fuyu's doing her thing. She looks off in the distance, brings it back to the vessel that took Eon Green way before. She's like, okay, we're on the right track. So Ichi's like, I'm going in. Oh, damn. And then different scene. It moves around a lot, guys. So we're looking right now at the site of the former Ijitsa company. Oh, thanks, homie.
Then, and then the speaker tells them Toei Industries headquarters was destroyed, all because it refused baptism by the N5S virus. Warning: a mask is high tension. Accept the blessing of N5SV.
Mars, wearing a mask is
baptism.
Mars.
wearing a mask is high. It's high treason. So guys, the DRF's mindset is like, we're using this virus to baptize the human race, and like the people that come out afterwards are the new human.
Tells them vaccines are bad or otherwise.
Yeah,
it's more of a religious doctrine they're sending.
So they're like, wearing a mask is treason. Like, doing this on purpose. Don't try to like get away from not being able to survive this virus.
Well,
you must not refuse baptism. Accept the blessing of the N5SV. It's so weird because when we see the leaders of the DRF later on, they don't seem like religious people, but like they're almost like playing it like a religious thing to their fucking
maybe
employees.
It's a mix. Maybe it's just mixed it up and don't want to be a full religion because they're not a religion. It is too far in the theory.
It's more like for me, how I interpret it is like they think they were like a super. They have gone through so much mutation. They have the superiority complex, and now they're like, hey, we are like the Pope now, you know. So yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, the same as like in Helsing at the end with when the one guy wanted to be the Pope and just flew over London, and then just his whole
Helsing is more religious, more religiously like glued down to it. But yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, this is important. We're back to the bear. Kozlov, his transmitter is going off. He's like, hey, Fuyu Kanaway, did you find Eon? The transmission comes in and says it's not Fuyu, but it's Tira Hinoto. Okay, the AI that shot off in the rocket.
Back to Interlink. Literally, the capsule that was shot in the atmosphere and now landed in some house. The bear took it with the sample and it says empty. They're not here.
Yeah.
The bear hasn't actually taken it yet. It's just like transmitting through the watch that Joichi gave him, and he connects with the character. And later on, we'll see like there's a parachute that's landed, and the DRF people just looking at it. Someone took it already, I think. So that's the bear.
Yeah, this was confusing the first time you read it, guys, because the next page is the CEU coming across the container with the parachute, but the bear had already taken what was inside of it because he must have gotten the information.
He is a bit confusing with this stuff, always been.
So Tira obviously told him where it was. He went and took it. CEU finds it. Nothing's there. And then we go to the train station, and fucking the CEU, dude. A lot of these foot soldiers guys are just like having fun. Like they're just killing drones.
They just don't care. Just
for the fun of it.
Kill them.
Yeah.
It says the Special Express will be leaving shortly, and the bear sneaks onto the train. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, my mom plays still. But next week should be the first episode of the last episode was at my new place. But my stuff should arrive this week, so I can actually start sleeping there like my bed. I'll show you guys too, and we get to see my manga collection. Hopefully.
Nice.
Hopefully it arrives safely. And yeah, the bear sneaks on. This is so funny, I think. Like, just sneaks onto the train. It's pretty lucky. The CEU guys are just.
I mean, the whole train is filled with drones. You see that later on, but
shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And then
Even
okay,
the
so
bear
now the
is wearing
bear
mask.
Kozlov's talking to Tira. Yeah, the bear is wearing a mask. We learned that he doesn't really need it though. Later
no,
on.
it's
Yeah.
just for disguise
It's for-
because he's a
Yeah.
fucking bear. So
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Tira's like, thank you very much. Kozlov's like, no problem. I owe you to a heavy industry, guys. And he says, my father used to live near here. I have no idea where to search for Eon, so I figured I'd stop by. Okay, I mean, the world's ending. Not a
might as well take a tour.
the thing to do, yeah. Oh yeah, how are Zoichi and Fuyu doing? They gave me that comm unit, but haven't called. I was worried. Oh no, and Tira's like
If
sad and
what's
like
wrong? Are you
crying.
crying? I'm sorry about the wife industries, I guess. No, we shouldn't talk about it. You know, you talk pretty well for a bear, and then this black bear stares fucking like
You
really,
see that face over
really
and over.
fucking weird.
Yeah, obviously, damn, what Kozlov is sensitive to his bareness. He's like, tell me something, Tira. What is that? He's looking at the paper thing. And then she says it's the most recent quasi N5SV. The virus's efficacy has been weakened in this version. Okay, so that's what they stole from the fucking research place when Hagid killed Go. The DRF is a toxin-free virus. They want to be reborn as the new human race. So, guys, this is important for understanding the
Everything
N5SV.
is important in this shit.
Yeah, so the N5SV is actually caused by virus / those little parasites, which we saw in that panel. Okay, these little things. That's what like virus looks like. Okay, but the quasi N5SV is a toxin-free virus, so it's different. Like it's not the same little creatures, basically. It's important to like know for future stuff. And like, I'm not a fucking doctor, but I did actually a good amount of research on like viruses and parasites and what's categorized as each and what toxins are categorized as to try to help me understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, probably
Most
too much.
Lots of misconception is like toxins are just chemicals, but they're not. They can be biological toxins as well. So yeah.
Yeah. And in order to do so, the DRF has to solve the mystery of the accommodators. Right. So that's why the DRF one of the accommodators. They're like, oh, we need to copy whatever's going on with them so we can give it to our people so we can survive this. And then Tira's like, that's right. But without this, the research is dead in the water. And we reduced the MSCF laboratory to rubble. Kozlov's just like, nice. And guys, this is so cool.
Containment facility is what.
Yeah. So Kozlov notices a figure on top of a building in the distance,
and then it moves really quickly, and then it's on top of them, and then it just slides in like the roof of it just to get in. And
really cool
thing.
Like the bears see this person, and suddenly it's not there. The person is not there, and it's like, what's happened there? And so it's like a horror movie right now, like horror movie entrance.
More action, but hey.
Yeah, so the thing just shows up on top of the train, starts cutting holes into the ceiling.
He just said that.
Bear and Tira, I'm just like flowing along. Bear and Tira are like running throughout the train to try to get to a different cart. But the
drones were in there.
Yeah, the next cart's full of drones, and then boom. This is actually Hagid. Just to like
Higuide,
whatever. We'll call him Guido. Well, you guys just want to call him Guido? That's probably
all right. Guido-san.
Some people are gonna take offense to that.
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
Guide, whatever. He cuts a hole into the train, and so Kozlov's like, "Oh fuck!" He goes on the side of it. Yeah, gets up to the top, but Hagid's already there. Or Hagide. What do you like, Millennium? Hagide? I'll call him that.
I call him
Hagide.
Jestro says call him Pauly D.
Pauly D.
Just phonetically, like Higuide.
Like Blade Runner, because he's literally running with a blade.
Anyway, Kozlov's like, a patrol inspector, and Tira's like, it's him. because Tyr's like, oh, that's the motherfucker that killed
From
my partner.
Inseinen.
Go, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then boom, dude, just a bullet comes out of nowhere,
Blam.
strikes Hagide in the face, and he goes flying back on the train. And then, dude,
Cutie comes
yeah,
in.
Cutie,
From the
yeah,
roof, slides to the buildings, and we see the 3 claws on the train and
With her
entrance later
claws
on.
from her motorcycle, then lands on
Yeah.
the train. Team Mizune. It's not Suichi. Get
Mizunoe.
on. And it's just
Um,
like this bear's like confused. It's like what the fuck?
yeah.
And just
just sorry, Mizunoe,
Yeah.
the name, it basically means the 9th in the rank. So this person is the 9th artificial human. And if you count the
yeah, because Zoichi.
yeah,
What
and if
about
you count
Fuyu?
one.
What is Fuyu? Is
Fuyu.
that two?
No, not Fuyu. It's not two.
AI
I think
basically a really powerful AI.
okay.
No, I meant in
Fuyu
terms of numbers in Japanese. Like
Oh,
Ichi
I
is
don't know.
1, Zoichi.
and I think like they have like a time. The hologram, the AI humans, they have like names in terms of like time, not like number. For example, Fuyu
okay.
has like means winter time, like a season. And then we'll see later on with Team Mizunoe, we have Shin. Shin is like a new era, like a new year, So they have like a timestamps for their name, and then like the humans, the people with the body, they have like numbers. And one thing to notice is that it just kind of like differs from page to page, but we will see in the next chapter. So I'll get to it when we go to the next chapter. Anyway, go on.
Oh yeah, guys, Jester was like, a motorcycle with mecha legs is awesome. Yeah, this thing is badass. It's got these like legs that just can jut out from the side and stick onto the train. Probably climb up walls and shit. It's super dope. And yeah, Mizuno saves the day. She's just like,
Mizunoe.
get on.
Next cute.
Mizunoe. Oh damn. Okay, Millennium.
Oh wow. He
Mizunoe.
knows.
She's like, get on. And the bear's just like, oh.
Confused.
I love, dude, the bear's faces are so funny.
That's why
Every
he's
time the
up
bear's
there.
just like,
And that's a girl. We can know like the eyes have like
we know.
eyelashes.
Okay, so chapter 14, gang. Back to the same scene. Cool. She's trying to get Kozlov up on the bike.
What's wrong,
Tyr's like,
Kozlov? Hurry and get on. Yeah, right. Wait. And
Yeah, he's like
just
in
surprised.
shock. He doesn't know what the fuck. He's like, what the fuck's going on? Oh yeah,
then
a
the whole
train
thing
coming
with,
the
like,
opposite way,
soldiers
is
coming back again.
filled with CEU guys, and they just start unloading their ammo at them.
Oh, Inseinen. Look at the number of claws in the motorcycle.
1, 2, 3,
There's
4,
six.
5. There's 6 on one side.
And that's
6,
9 claws
7, 8,
for the
9,
9th
10.
member of.
Oh, there are a total
Yeah.
of 9 claws. There's 3 on one side and 6 on the other.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very cool touch.
Oh my God, Millennium, bringing it all together.
Wow.
This is why we do
The
it.
genius of the day.
Motorcycle observator. Anyway, let's go on.
Yeah, so this is just a guy's, Biomega, great action scene.
We know.
Mizunoe is taking care of all the CU guys. She probably has the same speed and capability as Zoichi. I'm sure they're
and
very
just
similar in their
wrecks the
capabilities.
train forward in one go without harming the train that they're on for some reason. But hey, it's fun, so who cares?
That could happen. Yeah, so she shoots the train at a
Right
place
next
that.
to them. Well, that whole thing goes up in the air and just not damages the other train with other compartments behind it.
That's what you're gonna complain about of all the
Yeah,
crazy
that's what I'm
shit
gonna
in
complain
Biomega.
about.
Oh my God. This is cute.
I gotta
There's like
complain
there's a
about
little
Starman.
hand. A little hand comes out of the
It
the
just
like
grabs
leg
a
of the
whole
bike.
a bear of like what 100 kilos or something or more.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he's probably like 600 pounds. It's a bear.
It's a lot. Well, takes on the thing, Kozlov, move your hand. Sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
Oh yeah, Kozlov
This
snuck a
is
little grab.
Touch the good stuff.
Yeah,
Tentacle powers, man.
Mizuno is just like quiet. She's trying to focus. So it looks like Hagide shot something from
2
below.
hooks. He has literally hooks as weapons, and it just shoots
Yeah.
them out. Just to grapple on the thing, and it just rips the thing apart.
And it looks like
Trying to get
Mizuno took her bike back, like she's going in reverse and shooting. Yeah. She's going in reverse. Higide's coming at her, and then I think he's just moving so
sprints
fast.
out of
We get
it,
this
and it
scene
just-
where there's like a cutting is happening on the top of the train.
Yeah.
It must just be moving super quick. Pops up Hagide. Oh, she
And
does the accelerator output max manner mode
Low
off.
power mode off, and it's just whang.
Yeah, but he dodges it.
Yeah, he dodges because he has a rocket as the guy before.
Oh yeah, the rockets on the back, the jetpacks thing, are like moving him to the side.
It's literally attached to his fucking back. And
guys, this is like opossums. Remember how he uses the placenta to jet stream to the side and shit?
Yeah. Then tries to deflect it. His hook fails. Screams her motorcycle helmet. Then the train unlatches because the AI is got control over the train.
Yeah, guys, that's important to note. Tira probably did something to disconnect the train, or it could have been Shin. We learned.
I think it's Shin.
And it's logical.
Yeah.
Then
guys,
goes
we
on without the rest.
Silhouette. Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Don't let me you.
So these guys have partners. So Mizuno's partner is Shin, who we haven't seen yet. But each physical artificial human is partnered with like an digital artificial human, if you will. Like they were both grown up in the what's it called? Shikiomi. They were both grown up in the Shikiomi, but it seems like one was given a physical body and the other partner was given like, more of like they're on a device, basically.
Yeah.
Just to hit some comments up, Fam was like Nihei love bear with human brain. Oh yeah, Jester was like, I think he bought the first volume because of the bear, and then he said he thought it was so silly that there are bears with sniper rifle fighting guys dressed like Slipknot members. Dude, Jester, I'm gonna see Slipknot in a couple months. They're gonna be at Rockville, dude. Gonna be a pulse of a maggot. Anyway, so they're going on. Oh yeah, you see Shin, you see like his little digital body above, like, controlling the train stuff. So the train stops after it disconnected that thing, which means they're still going forward, but Higide's left on the train that was disconnected, that was forced to stop. He throws his fucking little chain things, but the bike arm deflect. Yeah, his hooks. And then the hole in his head was from the first time he got shot. I see.
Yeah.
There's a hole in his head.
Literally it's kind of funny now. I mean, it was 2005 that it was done, but hey.
So yeah, they get away. Luckily. Propulsion system dodge. I thought those claws helps he move on the wall. Yeah, all good stuff.
Then runs and goes to the city, and they get to a ledge, and then he just pukes it all out because, well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's not puke.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm all right, no problem.
Yeah, I think he's puking. So anyway, yeah, they find a safe place where they can talk after they get away from Higide. I think that's Tira. Tira's like, you all right? And he's like, yeah, perfect. What is this girl's name? I'm tired of calling her Sheena. Oh, Nishu. Thank God. Okay, so Nishu Mizunoe is the girl, the physical one.
Yeah.
She's like, that was the patrol inspector who killed Go. Tira's like, they're using the quasi N5SV. That's why they're resistant to it. Shin, the next guy, he's like a male figure, digital entity we see. I'll analyze the composition right away. Yeah, but then if you call him an AI, it's like
kind of
calling
an AI. I mean,
it's
it's
like
the most
calling
easiest to explain it all, basically.
yeah, but then you're calling Zoichi and like Nishu AIs too, but
Yeah,
they're just
yeah, but those are literally born into a body
They're
because
not
that's
really
the host.
AI. They're if you go into like the deep depth of like are they human or not, I think they're
Yeah,
like
but then we're here
souls,
like 2 hours,
ghosts.
so we're
I
gonna
think
explain all that.
so. Ghost without shells, and then ghost with shells. I
well,
think that's how
also
it.
Yeah,
guys, they could have been like the DNA used to make the artificial human bodies couldn't have been human, but they just beefed them up, like uh, did experiments and not transform. What's the fucking word? Mutated. They could have just made super badass regular human bodies from like that came originally from like human
yeah,
DNA. And then,
yeah,
but the minds had to grow in the Shikiomi, but that mind could have started as like an actual human baby mind that they just connected to the
yeah,
Shikiomi,
yeah.
which
Yeah,
would
But
mean
I'm
they're not AIs. There's
yeah,
some
but
yeah.
kind
I'm just
of
trying to make it a bit easier because not everybody who reads this is kind of
That's
go
why.
on all
That's why
that
in the first
uh,
volumes podcast I said
research.
like they're not AI really. They're more like ghosts. So yeah.
yeah. I'm just trying to explain to people so they don't get confused. Um,
All right.
but we don't know why. Like, I mean, it's kind of cool how they put one of the, the partners in a physical body, and the other one plays more of a playing the digital master role. It's very interesting. It makes you think if like Zoichi, if they could put Zoichi's mind onto something and then he'd be digital. Anyway, Kozlov Lefovich Grebnev. Nishu calls him out. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Nishu Mizune." And then the digital guy is like, "I'm Shin Mizunoe." Okay, we're taking you into custody. She just fucking spins him
God,
around. Yeah. uh, what for?
what for?
Okay, and then here we get another specific year backtrack. She's like on Mars 734 years ago, 7 years after the start of the drone epidemic. A company called Microvolt was founded. So, guys, we get more of a specific date on the actual, when the drone epidemic hit. It was 727 years ago. Yeah, the 734
Hmm.
minus 7. And then she talks about this company called Microvolt. Okay, what does that mean? A company called Microvolt was founded to do research on immortality, developing drugs, and medical devices. Word is they also sold brain transplants as a way to prolong life. Guys, this is important because there's a lot of characters that live way longer than they should. So knowing brain transplants is a thing. The company changed names repeatedly, even engaged in philanthropy, and eventually became the world's biggest corporation. And Kozlov's like the DRF. What about it? Um, Nishu continues, Team Mizuno's mission is to find one of the Microvolt's founders, said to still be alive today, Leif Grigoryevich Grebnev. Okay, so this is actually Kozlov's dad. They have the same last name. It's not too much of a spoiler. I'm sure you can fucking figure it out.
Also, the
So,
initials are like anagrams. So yeah.
so this guy, Leif Grebnev, was the original founder of Microvolt, which became the DRF. Okay, 734 fucking years ago or whatever. He's still alive today. So he could have used the brain transplants. We'll see what he actually did. And then somehow this bear is related to him. So there's so many questions right now. Like, it's crazy. It's very confusing. I think the first time I read this, I was just like, there were so many like different dates thrown around and jumping back and forth. I was pretty confused. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not his most easiest work. That's why he made calls.
Oh,
Said before. Well,
guys, Jestro brings up a good note. There was also a photo of a man and a bear cub in the last volume. So
yeah,
yeah,
they're
back in
related to
volume
each other.
one, yeah, guys, that's Leaf. The dude holding the bear is Leaf in that
And that's a
picture.
spat there, and you see later on that their brains are literally switched just to survive.
Okay, and then Millennium, did you want to say anything? Want to put
No,
your
Oh,
2 cents in?
let's
All right,
carry
so
on.
moving on, we have this badass, just a beautiful scene of the moon. and it looks like an MSCF and a whole bunch of
Just
dead
destruction all
CEU.
around. Everybody is dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, guys. Yeah, because last time we were with Zoichi and Fuyu, they came across MSCF some number that had the vessel that took Eon away. So after they had gone in and searched and killed everyone, they didn't find her. Now Fuyu's trying to like find out where she actually is. She says I found her, but she's not close. Eon Green is at the Continental Geostationary Satellite.
Yeah.
What the hell is
end
that?
of the manga.
We'll learn about that. And then boom, his bike just gets thrown back by some unknown
By
enemy.
another cutie in armor.
Introduction
Yeah.
to the villain that we had seen before.
Yeah,
And
you can go ahead, tell him who it is, Millennium.
Yeah,
I
tell him
forgot the
everything
name,
like
but
you do.
anyway. Sorry, Mers. Yeah, just
Yeah.
move on. I think it's clear who's in. So
Yeah,
but
guys,
yeah,
this
Fuyu gets offline because something is entered to the body of Zoichi. So
this girl's
Right.
name is actually Kataru. We'll learn. She's the one with the psychic powers that like pushed Soichi back when they
like
before they took
her
When
Eon
the
Green in the
submarine
vessel.
went under.
her
Yeah.
name is like a joke, like Spindaru Kadaru, like so it's like how Japanese people use Maru and Aru like with different names. So basically she doesn't have a real name here. It's just she's spindle. She has spindles, so she's Spindaru.
Okay.
Later on. But
Yeah, I've seen. Oh, what happened to Millennium?
Yay, news is only me. That asshole.
Yeah, so she got a couple different. All right, here it is. Millennium, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen a couple different names for her. Spindaru, I've seen in the book. She's called in my version. These Viz editions, she's called
Yeah, I have
Kataru.
them too.
Anyway, Zoichi, he pulls out to shoot her, and she's obviously using some kind of psychic force field because the bullets are being deflected in
Same
front
as
of her
a
face.
basically.
And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what she's
But
covered with.
basically part of her armor and just shoots them out and just
Yeah.
impairs them, kind of.
Whatever is covering her body, it looks like she can form it or move it around at her will. Shoots it at Zoichi, and he gets stabbed and thrown back.
Yeah, and after that we get a great scene of a bit of close combat action.
Oh my god, that's so true, dude. This coming up is so dope.
Cut off Inseinen. Cut off his arms and legs, a new standard procedure for enemy agents. They tried, and it's just, what the hell?
Or
It
in the
won't
next
cut.
chapter.
And then he just goes back online, grabs him, shoves his head into this thing, shoves it off, and just whacks one guy at him. The other guy flies, the other guy lost his head, splats to the wall. One other guy gets
Kicks the
punched
head
in the
in,
chest, then
like, of
one
one
other
of the
guy gets his
characters.
head blown in and just whacks another guy in his balls, and it just goes on and on and on. Then a bazooka just dodges that, and one guy gets thrown
Mercy,
out,
laugh a lot.
loaded,
Reading
and then
this.
just
So funny.
I'm just letting him go.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah,
there's not really much to
here too.
explain.
We're gonna talk.
No, it's good, brother.
Yeah.
Guys, it's just another badass action scene. Like, they're so beautiful.
It's great.
Jestro, or no, who was saying? Oh, Henrique was like, in terms of action, Biomega is Nihei's best work. I think the paneling is his best work. Like, panel to panel to panel. Because there's some really badass action scenes in Blam.
Last best
And also
work,
Abara.
But they're just different. Yeah, and Abara. They're all just, I love how they're all still different. Like, they're all badass.
but also a lot of
different.
walking, a lot of paneling.
Yeah.
All different ideas, different references, different works that they worked on.
So Ichi's just such a badass. He's indestructible.
Way
Anyway,
too
guys,
fun.
note that the things Kataru shot in him are still there. It's almost like they're moving, like they're like living or something, or they have like some kind of life to them. And she puts up her hand again to do her little
we don't know
psychic
what it
thing. and blows Zoichi back. He takes aim. Oh, instead of shooting at her because she's going to deflect it, he's smart. He shoots above her at the pipes.
Just to cause an explosion, it's just a distraction to get his bike and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He was probably like, I can't. He must have accepted the
Deal
fact
with
that
her
he
right
was.
now. I need to heal, and then just jumps off the building with the bike on his back.
Like fighting with the psychic, it's kind of like not trained for that, and he just carries the bike on his hand and on his arm and just jumps out of that place like a ninja.
Oh, Henrique says in
Yeah.
Biomega he worked with a larger range of things and action and more elements. I would agree. Yeah, it's more. It's like a blockbuster action movie with the
But
action
then
scenes
just
are.
more over the top than any blockbuster you've seen before.
Yeah, especially with the bike, all the cool stuff the bike does.
Yeah, it's great.
Um.
Then
So
we
yeah,
get this spread again with his giant constellation, the satellites, and some kind of moon, I guess? Yeah, it's the moon. Yeah, it's the moon.
It literally says continental geostationary satellite. So stationary satellite, it's just basically with the earth, it's attached to it
Yeah.
by
Yeah, guys, be aware this is also called MSCF3, and there's also a base to the MSCF, or there's a base to the Continental Geostationary Satellite, and like there's something up in space that it's connected to through a line because there's this giant
Mhm.
scene that takes place at
Kind
the
of
base
illogical,
later
but
on.
hey, it's Biomega, so yeah.
I don't
It's
think
not
it's
illogical.
illogical. You
It's
see
not
this in
illogical
tons of
at all.
sci-fi. Yeah.
Like even
I
in real
mean,
life,
yeah,
there
but
was
it's
a
sci-fi
mission.
logical, but yeah, whatever.
Like even in real life, like they were like the British people, they were planning to make a stairway, like
Yeah,
basically
it's
an
great.
elevator towards the moon. So, and then actually there are some works going on right now to have like a satellite that can be connected to an elevator to the earth. But yeah, it's really expensive. That's the only thing that's like keeping it from being like happening.
There's something very similar in Gundam 00, where there's three elevators equally distanced around the Earth, and when they connect to up top is this giant ring that surrounds the Earth that might as well be
Mhm.
filled with solar panels, and humanity is getting all the energy they need on Earth from this giant solar panel ring surrounding it, connected with these three elevators. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and
Gundam
also
00
that's
is good.
really
All right.
yeah. It's realistic and also really efficient as well to have an elevator and like this kind of satellite that's attached to Earth. Like every time you have to go there, you don't have to like launch a rocket and emit all the carbons. So yeah,
Oh, that's true. Jester says, "Are there aliens in this, or is it also a synthetic body?" I don't think there's any
No, there are
aliens.
not aliens in
Oh,
this. It's not an alien
well,
story. I mean, it looks
the or,
alien, but yeah. I
there
mean,
I
can
have.
be an alien because the virus that was researched on
I was
Mars
about
can
to
be considered.
say,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's kind of
I
alien, but not like the typical alien you see in other all
yeah.
I
worlds.
mean, anything that's not on Earth is extraterrestrial. So if something is born and created by humans on another planet, so that can be considered an alien, if you can like term it like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
I have my theory is we'll learn about it later on, but yeah, there are some alien things going on with the virus.
yeah. But back to the book. We get to the base, and then we get to see our first main
we
film. What?
just
What's so funny?
we're just laughing at it, man.
Ah, great.
So yeah, so we got two CEU guys talking to some weird thing. We don't know what it is. So Ichikanoe again. Kataru Spinderoos. Oh yeah, that's her name. Kataru Spinderu. It's both there. Got him cornered. He's badly injured. And then we see this like slithering tentacle. Good lord.
Monster, yes.
More tentacle
Good
monsters.
shit.
Um and guys, like this looks okay. I could see why someone was like, is this an alien? No. We'll learn who this is and why he looks like this. But
And he
for
has
yeah, not an
really
alien.
strong psychic powers because he just rentals this guy and it's just one
Yeah,
bloody
dude.
pulp in one go.
Guys,
he's
something
got
to
some
note
screws
here.
loose.
Yeah, he's crazy. Guys, notice how how his powers work. They're in a spiral. That goes into one of my theories later on. Like whenever he uses his psychic powers, it's in like a spiral fashion. Like this dude's head is twisting, and every time he uses his like these psychic type powers, it's in a twisting fashion. It's different from like Kataru's. Oh fuck, he just gets wrung. Yeah, all the blood everywhere. That's beautiful.
Splash is just
Love it.
gone.
So this is some important guy. That's all we know for now. We don't know
A
his
lot.
name.
A really
Yeah,
important guy.
He
In
says,
charge of the DRF for now.
Yeah.
no, not in charge of the DRF. That's someone else. This guy was put in
Like,
charge of the CEU,
oh yeah, sorry, CEO. Yeah.
which is a part of the DRF, but
Yep.
not
Yep.
as the whole. He says, do not let him destroy any more of our facilities. Intensify the hunt for Toa Heavy Industries' remaining agents. So he's trying to get rid of Toha. They're fucking with his plan, which we'll learn what that is.
And drones are
Um,
on the move.
I know
You
too
see one
much.
falling down from one part of the city. Then the
Yeah,
next is
Sonicon
actually
Sibo,
just
the
walking
author, is a legend. We all love Nihei, of course.
down. Of course.
Kind of
Cool.
reminds me of Dead Ends. Sorry, Dead Ends. What was it called? Forgot the manga. The one shot
Drone.
where
Destruction. That
no,
one.
no, 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 like the one shot by Nihei. The other one, the
Deadass.
Deadhead. Sorry, yeah, like the falling from the
Yeah.
bridge kind of
Yeah, that
reminded
was
me of that.
before Blame. Now, before Biomega, because he wanted to do a zombie work, that it didn't work out. Then he went on to Biomega.
Good history.
Anyway, so Zoichi, we're back to Zoichi and Fuyu. I guess she was offline after her bike got hit or some fucked with, and when Kataru did her thing a little bit ago, she's like Zoichi, and he's like, "Can
Back
you move?"
online.
She's like, "Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. I scanned the data from when I was out. You're the one who shouldn't move because he got hit with those spindles from Kataru Spindaru." He says, "I'm going to the Continental, geostationary
Geographic.
satellite."
Yeah, that's like a tongue twister.
And
Chapter
okay,
15.
yeah, we're on a
Twister
chapter
for
16.
you.
Me?
And
I
I'm
could do
like,
a
it's
chapter,
a
or
tongue
like a few
twister for you.
pages.
Kidding, man. Let's move on.
Jestro says Digimortal. I'm
No,
getting some Digimortal vibes with the
Yeah.
city. So
but
we're back to the bear.
City in this Blame fashion, obviously.
Mars, why don't you go ahead and take it for a while? What's
Yeah.
happening?
Huh? What do you mean?
What's happening? Do your awesome narrative.
Okay. Well, the bear is hiding out while the DRF is literally just shooting at drones, just holding them off. She's doing her thing, she's sleeping. One guy is trying to bang another guy, it seems, or just let them.
Yeah, I don't know what's
let them
happening
puke.
there. Guys, here we have
Yeah,
a
it's probably
CEU
banging.
guy raping a
Just
drone.
banging. They're just
Very,
getting too some gay shit. And then
very
one guy
graphic.
tried to rape some cute zombie drone. It's also great. What does the DRF want? What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Be careful, Kosolov. If they see us, we're done for. I've seen a few towns since I left 9JO, and they were all like this. Drones in the CU. There's no regular people left. Suppose we do defeat the DRF and we get rid of the N5S virus. Will there be anyone left worth saving? It'd be alright. There's still some people who aren't infected. Sorry, I need to know. Was my father responsible for doing this to the world? Then we get this cutie, gets splattered. He gets surprised by it because he looks partly human. Then some comedy. Then she's in some kind of grocery or whatever it is. Mission or not, I can't believe I'm getting food for a bear. I hope he's being quiet. He won't cause trouble with the CU here. If all else fails, try can seduce him.
Yeah.
What's
So guys, it looked
stuff?
like because originally when Nishu was very questionable of Kozlov, it looks like he explained the story and she was like, "All right, cool. This dude doesn't know what's happening."
Yeah.
And now she's
Well,
actually
that's
going to
fun.
get food for him.
Mm.
And it looks like they're kind of
Sorry,
just hiding out. It looks like they're kind of just hiding out to like resupply.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah,
just
like,
Kozlov because they don't need to fucking eat.
no.
Yeah.
And
Then
then
he just gonna shoots them all. Then obviously they're getting back at him. She comes
well,
back and shoots
yeah.
all them.
All
Oh,
right,
that was
hold on a
you.
sec, Mars. All right.
Mm,
So a lot of people, yeah, sex and violence. That's what's going on. These foot
hell
soldiers
yeah.
are fucked up. So guys,
Banging in a
Kozlov,
zombie.
yeah, Kozlov should have just chilled out. Okay, but he fires because he like can't take it anymore. He's like,
Yeah.
sorry, I couldn't help myself because of what the CEU is doing to the drones. They're basically
then-
having a shoot 'em up, fuck 'em all party.
Yeah.
And
And then you see her just being mad because she just pops a feint like, really, really, man. And like, hop on, Kozlov jumps on and just, well, the zombies are munching on the soldiers. And then we
A
get this
little bit of
nice
philosophy
penalty.
here. The bear
Oh,
is really
do tell,
comfort.
Millennium.
Oh no.
So Mercy is like, oh no, what is
No,
okay? So
another
the
tangent.
bear questions like the point of it all, like why, or like is
Why
there any
lie?
people gonna be worth
What's
saving
the
later?
point
So
of it
basically,
all?
this Mercy, are you gonna talk over me while I'm talking? So this,
Maybe.
all right.
But go on.
So you're not out saving Mercy. So okay, so these soldiers are not like they've lost their humanity basically at this point. They're doing inhuman shit, and the bear is like questioning like there's not gonna be anyone worth saving after like all this is done. And that's why he fires actually, like to the soldiers. Like the soldiers are still human, right? But he still kills them. And like the drones are not worth saving. Like he's not saving the drones by killing them. So it's like showing a little bit of humanity of the bear.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking that too. Like, damn, like
logic.
why even try to get through this? Everyone's a
Yeah,
drone.
yeah, yeah.
It's kind of
That's logic.
sad. It's similar to like any kind of like zombie apocalypse type story.
And what's the
You know?
point at the end? But at some apocalypse stories, they have some dumb decisions like moving up north because in Walking Dead they thought, oh, when it gets colder, the zombies getting slower and just die more. No, they're getting more preserved and you see more zombies, but that's just to keep the story going, not
Yeah,
just go
I'm not
through the
talking about
warming.
Wow.
internal logic, or I'm talking about like motivation of the characters as well, like what the characters are.
Yeah,
Like in this
I
manga,
know,
the
I know, I
most
know, but I'm more like on
characterizations
the
are gonna.
zombie story aspect of it.
I know, Mers, like, but even in a zombie story, I think Biomega has like the most characterization of a character, like Nihei has done ever. So I think that was I was pointing
Yeah,
about. It's not like yeah, it's obvious, but still like talking about it. So okay, let's move on.
yeah, yeah. Why else are we here?
Man, you Europeans. I'm just kidding.
I'm not
Shut
even
up.
European. I'm from Asia.
Oh
So
No,
fuck,
he's
I'm
not.
wrong. So
yes, I'm
Ogle
from
is
Asia.
like Ogle
Yeah, but
says
not here.
it must be true that the regular DRF are just humans with gear. Yeah, I think so too. Fritz was like, if the world is going under, he might as well fuck a zombie. All right,
Yeah,
Fritz.
if it's cute and hot, then why
All right,
not?
we all know what Fritz is doing late Saturday night, digging in digging in
Yeah,
those graveyards.
doing Ian Mutz. That's what he needs to do.
Kozlov was protecting Eon Green, so why wouldn't he feel heartbreak / frustration about rape and senseless murders? Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Kozlov is a bear with a human brain. I doubt he'd care. Oh,
Literally.
Sonicon. We haven't gotten to that yet. Hold up. Don't say anything else about
Sorry.
Kozlov. Everyone is
Well,
offended
back
now,
to
so
the
it's all good,
pages.
guys. He did, but he intended. Yeah.
Yeah, well. So, synthetic
Great.
humans don't have to eat?
All right, no, I'm gonna take it for a sec, Mars. This is
Yeah.
important. We're getting some good information here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we learned that barring extreme conditions, the synthetic humans are designed to last 5 years on a meager amount of water. That's pretty fucking crazy. Dude, the bear's just munching out. He's like, it might be convenient, but I'd sure miss it. Who is
Well, it's a
Cheers
bear.
like, don't eat it all at once. Bear's like, don't worry, my body's made to store food. And he's like, who is Nishu talking to? All right, so we're back to Nishu. She's like on some kind of phone. She's like, yes. And then Shin tells him that she's speaking to Fuyu. All right, so we're connecting. Actually, it's a simple program for relaying messages. And guys, this is funny. So
Honey.
Kozlov, he's holding
Shin,
a
did you
honey,
pack this food?
like a honey pot
No.
thing.
Honey bear.
Yeah, he's like, Shin, did you pick this food? And he's like, no. uh, Nishu's doing
Controversial
important.
geographic satellite is reaching. Is there a problem? No, it's fine. It's just like I don't like honey that much.
Mars.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, we know now that Nishu and the gang with the bear, are aware that Zoichi and Fu are going to the Continental Geostationary Satellite. So they're trying to get together. And then we get another funny thing. Shin's like, "Is there a problem?" Talking about the honey
Yeah.
to Kozlov. He's like,
Mm.
"No, it's fine. It's just I don't like honey all that much." Dude, fucking Nihei. Like, oh, love his little
Bear
sense of humor.
jokes.
So Nishu knows Eon Green's at Continental Geostationary Satellite. Team Conaway is going to rescue her, and they're like alone. That's reckless. And then, okay, cool. Enter MSCF3, or the Continental Geostationary Satellite. I'm just going to call it the CGSS. That's so
Or
annoying.
just satellite.
Well, no, because a lot of times it's taking place at the base, which is not the satellite in the air.
No, but I mean, when you mention the satellite, you should just say satellite and then it's just the whole thing, because we have a lot of short.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Understood. So yeah, there are new recruits. Like I mean, new soldiers that we can see. They're coming in for the operation to take out the Toho heavy industry. And yeah, at this point, the tentacle guy is not relying on the leather faces anymore. They want the heavy duty.
Well, this is
So-
where we start entering into understanding there's two different factions within the DRF. Okay, because this ship that comes to the MSCF3, the guys that come out, he says, "Nice of you to welcome us, but next time pick a more convenient location, would you? It's been a long time, Hagide, or Hagid, whatever we're saying." So there's Hagid on the far left, and then these are the three new guys that came. Obviously, it seems like they don't like each other very much, because Hagid is like, "I don't need your help. Return to CEU headquarters immediately." Homeboy is like, "If you weren't having such a hard time with what's left of Toa Heavy Industry, we wouldn't have come." And then out comes a different patrol inspector. Because they're like, the patrol inspectors have these like doctor, what are those called? Like the skirts? What are these called?
Aprons.
Apron. Yeah, the
skirts,
fucking
basically.
apron. You're right.
Like aprons.
Yeah, and the dude's
Oh.
like, headquarters said there would be 4 of you. They say en route we detected a specimen that could be a remnant of Toa Heavy Industry. And they're like, what? And we sent someone to investigate. So there were 4. Who they're actually talking about is Zoichi, which we'll see soon. And they sent one of their guys to go track down Zoichi. The guy's like, only one, you fools. To see you headquarters know anything about Toa Heavy Industry synthetic humans. As in, like, dude, these guys are badass. Can't just send one person and expect to clean up.
Just like how the bear says just one. That's reckless. Yeah.
And then we just go to Zoichi, and he's going 5. Do you think that's 516 miles per hour or kilometers per
Yeah.
hour?
Could be either, and that'll be really high.
Either way, yeah, it's super fucking fast. And then there's a car that comes up on him, which has one of those agents we were talking about. The one that's
It's like a Batmobile.
It does look like a Batmobile.
Batmobile, but then normal.
Jestro says, "Oh, Sonic on Sibo, we're in volume 2. So at this point, the thing has not happened yet." I don't know what thing you're talking about. If you're talking about the Recreator, that has not happened yet. That's the only thing I can think about in this story, where it's like, oh, has the thing happened yet?
Not yet.
And that Jester was like, the cover page for chapter 17 is so cool. I'd frame that and put it on my wall. It is pretty dope. Because it's like, this is like the Omega, the Biomega symbol thing, right?
Yeah, also it's like a meat hook, and for the butchers in the story, the leather faces they have, they're like kind of like a butcher.
Oh, yeah, true that. Yes, the thing has yet to occur. This manga is about to get a whole lot better. Yeah, honestly, that doesn't happen until volume 4. So we're a couple episodes away. Yo, what's up, Shazoid? Anyway, cool. So, this scene's pretty dope. Wait, let me see what's about to happen. Oh, we're almost at the end. Damn. So we just get taken to. Oh yeah, Zoichi was being chased by the agent. He's going through the city. He's just like the guy in the car is just smashing bodies.
Smashing everything. It's the same scene we see in Deadheads. At the end, he has also a car and just smashes into any zombie he sees. So maybe that's an idea.
Car smashing through zombies. Yeah, really.
Yes, really.
Cinematic.
So he shoots the car, okay, and it stops. But
Dead
Fuji
and
says, I'm
trash.
sure there was a passenger. So whoever was in there got out. And then boom, Zoichi gets hit.
That was just
Sniper.
motorized. It was just uncontrolled.
Well, I think he's just super quick. I think he was driving the car, but then he was so quick.
Jumped
left
out
it.
and just
Yeah.
abandoned and just took aim.
Or maybe it was an autopilot at some point.
At
See,
some
they,
point,
they
yeah.
came out of the tunnel.
Yeah, like I said, also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remote
Either,
control.
either theories make sense. What's pretty badass though, right after Zoichi gets hit, he like knows the location of the sniper and just blows his head off in one shot.
Yeah.
And you see the little thud of the
Should
body
have gone for the
falling
head.
in the distance.
Yeah.
The next page. We
Oh,
get
yeah.
Beauty, but another gas mask.
They were really like a good match between the two, like in terms of target, but the guy just didn't shoot Joji's head, and Joji's head has a helmet. It couldn't really penetrate, to be honest, because like we saw it before in the volume 1, it deflects bullets. So yeah.
And then next one.
Well, also
is
Millennium.
Starlight.
Yeah.
There's the two factions I was talking about. The first patrol
Yeah.
inspector and Hagid are on Narain's side. Who
Oh,
guys?
yeah.
That tentacle monster we saw is actually a person named Narain.
Yeah.
And then this agent is on. What's her name? I think it's at the end of this volume, isn't it? Oh, we don't even know the leader of the DRF right now. I don't want to say some other person except
Well,
these other agents. So maybe they just have different gear and shit, or they're like different souped up abilities.
Here's the thing. Since you mentioned
Again?
Narayan, I just wanted to mention one thing, is that Narayan is like the name is based on the deity or the god of Hindu or Sanskrit god called Narayan. And he's basically, here's a cool thing. Like his name is derived from Nara, and it can mean water. And Mizu, like from Mizunoe faction, Mizu's name also means like water as well. Like Mizu means water, and Mizunoe means the 19th rank. But yeah, Mizu means water. So it's kind of like a tie-in to like they're related in a way. The name of like nomenclature. And in this chapter, as like we see like as Joichi goes through this place, like a gothic-looking place in the satellite, I think, and in this place you will see a door which says Bangla in a Bengali language. So it's basic. Bangla is a language derived from Sanskrit, if you know. So I think we can see like where Sutomo Nihei got his ideas from, you know.
Yes, Jestro. It is a Beast coffee mug. Yeah, that's all cool, Millennium. I can't believe
we don't know
this
any of it, but
this is why I asked to have you on all these episodes. Like you know so much about all the
It's a
little
pleasure.
mythology like details and references that Nihei might have
a
drawn
lot
from.
of
It's very
detail.
interesting. My historical literature is nowhere near as informed as yours, apparently. Anyway, so Zoichi, he gets away, but he did get shot. That's important to know. He comes across this girl in the gas mask. Everyone in the chat's like, what a cutie. And she's getting attacked by the drones, but Zoichi pops in, blows everyone's fucking head off. Oh, guys, this is cool. Maybe you didn't notice this, but the fat guy,
yeah,
the
it has
fat
a
drone,
shirt with Grindat on it.
he has a shirt that says Grateful Dead.
Or Grateful Dead, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed
It's a band, Mars. You ever heard of the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, I just want to mention it, and you mentioned it.
Okay.
Really?
So he saves her. And he takes her to a room, and Fu's like, sterilization complete. You may remove your mask. Guys, this is important. It's a pretty cool scene. She says, I've been hiding for so long, but I ran out of food. Fu's like,
Sure.
are there any other survivors? She doesn't speak.
Nope.
They go out of the room. They say,
Should
you should
rest.
rest. And they're like, thanks. Okay. And then Zoichi takes off where he got hit. And something's going on with his skin, the flesh in that area, like it's infected or something. When the patrol inspector shot you, the bullet delivered a poison that's impairing your system. Until I can determine an antidote, you'll be running at decreased efficiency. That's impairing your system. Okay. So maybe we can allude that there's something mechanical-ish about these synthetic humans, or it could just
Yeah,
be his biological systems they're
Yeah.
talking about.
could be
But
both, to be honest.
yeah, and it could be both because we do know Zoichi has the link to the overlay on his his sight to his gun. Probably a little bit of both. They probably could have like put something in their brains or whatever. Anyway, yeah, he goes back in the
Yeah.
room. Something's going on with the girl, and he's like, "What is it?" Oh, the lights go out, and the door shuts. Oh, it's kind of creepy.
Ooh,
It's like a possession happening right now.
Yeah, and
Cute.
Zoichi's like, "What's the meaning of this?" And she says, "You're too late. The DRF has found a true accommodator."
Like
Oh
I
shit, guys! So right now, this girl is referring to Eon Green, and well, actually, it doesn't see. I don't know if there's any like sure solid proof. Anyway, this girl is Kataru. Okay, without her like
Mhm.
black armor spindles thing, which we learned. So
Mhm.
Kataru is telling him, "Yo, DRF found true accommodator. The human species general conversion plan is ready. The DRF will complete the Mars research soon."
Me.
So this is fucking important too. The research they were trying to start 800 or so years ago, that they're saying, oh, well, that will complete that soon. It was the research for immortality. Zoichi tries to draw his gun. Oh, but she shoots a dart at him. She's kind of like how Sonicon does that thing with like Sonicon's little darts. Remember that?
With
Real
the
quick?
nanobots. The nanobots.
Yeah.
And that unlocked one of his features.
And he's pretty much, incapacitated. She says, planning to go to the Continental Geostationary Satellite, you'll just die needlessly. So guys, this is also important. We learned Kataru is like a sweet girl. Like she has a heart. She's not ruthless. She's had multiple chances to kill Zoichi. Right here, she's actually helping him. So Kataru is kind of like a good character at this point, in a way. Like she's on the bad side, but she's a good character. And she is, yeah, she escapes before anything can happen. And I'm just going to finish this up. This is really important. So we go now to Eon Green. When Kataru was like, DRF found a true accommodator, talking about Eon Green. We're going to find out why. So here we see Nihei, that tentacle monster dude. Where is it? Right there. He's talking to a doctor. This is Eon Green, the girl we secured on 9J0. And this is an image of Viev Chiena, a former employee at Zell Laboratory. Okay. Zell Laboratory was under Leif Grebnev's personal control. It was shut down 180 years ago, but the retinal recognition data remains on file. Eon's retinal blood vessel patterns match Viv's. She is immortal. Grebnev discovered the secret almost 2 centuries ago. I'm just going to finish this up and then we'll talk about everything that happened here. Look at Eon Green's chromosomes. It looks like tetrasomy 21.5 is occurring, but it isn't. She has 24 pairs, an extremely rare phenomenon. Only one other case ever reported. And then Nihei
She's
says,
retarded then.
Ruruado.
You know what's funny?
Which is the
Because,
girl
like,
from Mars in Volume 1.
Yeah, so guys, and then we see a picture of this girl after he says Ruruado. This was like Mars said. Like Mars said on Mars. It was that girl in the beginning of the story.
Mars.
Yeah, another thing is sorry, before you finish up.
Again.
Sorry,
that's it.
Mars.
We're open for discussion. Although I really do want to talk about, I want to clear some things up about Viev and Eon and these chromosome shits. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like about the chromosomes, like in normal humans, you have like 3 pairs, right? So 24 pairs, that'll make like them incompatible, like for like giving offspring. So they're like sterile humans, and of course in like real life, if you have like any extra chromosome, there are people like that. Yeah. So
Real quick,
yeah,
some of the
like,
funny the chat's just like talking about immortal waifus, sexy and
Immortal,
immortal.
hot and lucky.
Yeah, guys, but if you're not immortal, which we'll learn later on, I don't want to spoil anything. It's like a love story, is what Biomega actually is.
Kinda. Yeah. In the end, yeah.
Imagine being immortal and your face looks like a foot. Yeah, I guess that would suck.
Immortal and hot and lucky.
Okay, guys. So this girl, Eon Green, was also the same person, formerly known as Viev Chiena, which was an employee at this place under Leif Grebnev's control. Leif, founder of the DRF, the father of Kozlov. Okay? Has some connection to Eon Green, formerly known as Viev Chiena. It was shut down 180 years ago, and we know that she's immortal. They're putting two and two together here. Formerly known as Viev Chiena, working under Leif, he discovered the secret almost 2 centuries ago to immortality. So who knows what's happened within those 2 centuries of what's going on in Leaf's mind. Other things, I know there's something else important I want to say. Oh, yeah. I explained in my videos of why I think Eon Green is kind of like mentally disabled-ish in a way. But I think it's a spoiler to talk about it now. But anyways,
but
if she...
not really spoiler, because like extra chromosomes, so
yeah,
in real life, yeah.
So, and also, guys, now we know that the first immortal, I guess it wasn't. Damn it. Okay, so Rurudo is immortal, just like Eon Green, because of the chromosome thing. Right now, there's only 2 of them. Just those 2 babes that have the immortal setup in their chromosomes. I guess that's all we really know about now. And that, you know,
later on it becomes pretty important.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, that's all we can really talk about now. Fortunately.
It's great stuff, yet again.
It leaves you on a good cliffhanger. Like, I really want to go into volume 3, like, talk about it, shit.
But then we're here for like 4 hours.
Oh, man. Well, what's up, everyone? What's everyone been reading, watching? Thoughts on Biomega? Questions, whatever. Oh, yeah, Mars. You finally watched the Rurouni Kenshin OVAs.
Yeah.
And you played it down like they weren't fucking fantastic. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, it
Maybe
was
because
great.
he didn't.
Yeah, the action, the atmosphere, especially in the winter scenes when they went on as husband and wife, and some cinematic and betrayal. Yeah. Well, it was great. I mean, I've seen more, obviously, so I can compare the two. But still, yeah, it's great, especially for the end 90s. Because, well,
for me, it's
after
like
that, it went downhill.
Downhill, I wouldn't say so, but for me, it's like a subversive jidaigeki film from Japanese, samurai films. But at the same time, if you want to really connect with the characters, you need to actually read or watch the main series of the. Yeah, but the OVA is basically what happens in the manga at the very last arc.
Basically, of the beginning of his story.
Not really, no.
It happens. It's only you learn about it later on in the manga, but it's very brief. And the OVAs basically tell you a full story about what was briefly mentioned in the manga that happened,
which is previously. A lot.
But also in the
already
manga,
starts out brutal. The whole story.
This arc comes in very later on in the manga, because the manga starts with what happens in the future. And then we go into the character's backstory after the main antagonist of the series is defeated, and the main character just goes to a grave, and that grave is like we can see
Millennium. I'm at that part.
Are you?
I had to move.
Don't spoil everything.
And I was like 3/4 of the way through reading the manga because I have all the Bizbigs, and then I had to move. So
right.
I'm like right at that part. I want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
What happens next is basically the OVA.
Okay, and then I'm guessing it goes back to the present and they fight the new bad guy. Yes, Sonicon Sibo. I have read Snicked. It's great.
You made a video
I'm
on
sure
it.
we'll do it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a good point, Mars. We'll do Snecked on here sometime. I don't see why not. It's a fun
Do all
story.
the shorts.
Action's
I mean,
great.
you have a whole list of shorts already to do than just Gecko one, obviously.
Wait,
Gaku
I
no Nihei.
read the Blam Electrofisher manga. I didn't really like it. Is that the
Oh
one that
yeah,
goes
Yeah,
along
it's
with the
shit.
movie?
The artist shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that came after it. It's pretty shit. The artist, it was on the supervision of Nihei, but done by another artist with just one work under his belt, and the characters looked fuck.
No,
And the
that guy.
environment's pretty generic, and I have the feeling, let me talk for a bit.
I wouldn't say like the artist is shit because the artist
Yeah.
had done works, but with like doujin and stuff. But the artist is not in charge of the story though, because the story is done
No,
by the
it's
Netflix thing.
supervision, but still, it's pretty shit. It doesn't go anywhere. It's basically
Yeah,
just
compared to
the
the original
movie
story,
in a
it's really
manga.
shit.
Yeah, I haven't read it. Honestly, if Nihei doesn't draw it, I could
I
give a
mean,
shit
he didn't
less.
draw it
Yeah,
at
because
all.
the art
He
is
tries
the
to do
be
Nietzsche's
honest.
art, but it feels spectacular.
Nihei's artwork is like basically the part of the story because he tells the story through his artwork. And here, like if we have a different artist and a different story, it's nothing
It
like the
just
original.
doesn't
That's
work.
all. So it's like a chimera that doesn't belong like in the universe
Uh,
of Blame.
I mean, I have many panels
well,
that just like the monsters, like the monster of like Toei Industries that shows up that has the giant GBE, then it's downgraded a lot, like a 10-year-old druid or something like that, or the necks are just extended, or the
yo,
boobs are like gigantic or that kind of stuff. So it's not
is
great.
anyone excited for the Knights of Sidonia movie? It's going to be in theaters in the
Eh,
States in about a week. Like, I'm sure there'll be select showings or whatever. I'm pretty excited, dude. I just want to see that.
For-
Dude, the mech designs and all the designs from the series are beautiful. I want to see them animated and go at it. I honestly don't
I
think the
guess.
Knights of Sidonia anime was that bad. Like, I don't really have anything good to say about the Blam anime. Sorry, gang. I just felt
No,
like they
it's pretty
focused.
mediocre. It's
Why did they
mashed
just
together
focus
with different chapters and whatnot.
very well?
I just think I personally I just think the animation studio for the Knights of Sidonia, the Polygon is like a really exploitative of their animators. So I think that's why the quality kind of dips a little bit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
sorry.
And
there's a
CGI, obviously, because they're not there yet with that.
dude.
So they can't really capture the world.
I don't mind the CGI in Night Sidonia. I think it's one of the better CGI done animes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's seen a bit better, though. I mean, if
Name a
I,
better CGI anime?
watch the Looping the Third movie with all CGI,
But that's a
or
different
like,
CGI, you know. There's a different kind of
it's still
CGI because there's a
CGI, though.
3D films. But what I really don't like about the animation philosophy of the Polygon Studio is that the
Yes,
sound
yes,
design, like their sound design and their lighting for the character models. It's just like they go for the cheap, but still overworking their animators. They say it's really efficient, but in the end, it's like not really though. So yeah, it's
And
like a kind of like a
they also made the characters pretty cute, which there are not in the manga, or
uh,
just made their doll
Well,
faces, or
real
just
quick, yes, Shizoid, there is a Knights of Sidonia movie. Okay, so originally there was a season 1 and a season 2. I think there were 12 episodes each. And now this movie that came out this year in Japan already. Now it's coming out across the world various
yeah,
times.
it's always with movies like that.
It takes place 10 years after the ending of season 2, and it's going to like tell a original ending to Knights of Sidonia. So it's
So
this
it's
movie,
different.
I'm pretty sure, is supposed to like close the story. I'm pretty excited, not gonna lie. You can look it up. Jestro said
And
he
yeah,
hated the 3D in Doro Hidoro. I
I
honestly
mean,
didn't. I didn't mind the 3D in Doro Hidoro that
and
bad.
also a lot of censoring, because a lot of the blood is
for
coming
me.
out, or the violence, or
For me, it
boobs,
wasn't
or
the
whatnot.
censoring. For me, it was like how they skipped and rushed through it. The
What
3D was all right for me, but yeah, the
Yeah, that
rushing of the
also. They also skipped a lot around with the story itself.
Fam Fam says Night Sidonia was 3 seasons. I don't think so. I think it was 2, bro.
It's 2 and
Depends
then a
on what kind
movie
of
and a
season.
recap movie.
Yeah, but the movie's a
Yeah.
recap movie. It doesn't give you anything new. It's not like
No.
it's a
But it
third
depends
season.
like
That's
how
it.
you count seasons. Like if you watch through different streaming services, they have different like way of
Oh,
counting
that's true.
seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to read Dorito, just do the manga and just skip the anime or just after the manga
Oh,
or something.
man.
I mean,
Depends on
now it's
personal
not even
preference.
completed. So
Jester wants to talk about who is best girl in Knights. He says Taruru.
the captain,
Taruru is a
obviously.
babe, dude.
I mean, you
Oh
gotta be
my
retarded
God.
not to see that.
Dude, my favorite is what was her name? Man, I forget all their names. So many
The
Nihei
green haired
characters.
chick?
No, it was the original, the first love of
Oh, her. I don't
Tanakaze.
know. She was cute,
Um,
but
uh, sorry, Inseinen. Just wanted to say, like, I have to leave now.
Again?
It's time for me to go. I have to attend somewhere.
finally.
So
Yeah, brother. You're good.
finally, Mers. Okay, you could wait until I like left. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bye bye, guys.
Sure.
It was nice talking with you guys. Next week,
All
I
right.
guess.
See you next week,
Hopefully.
Millennium. Peace out, brother.
Peace out. Bye.
Haru. Now we're trying to guess their names. I can't believe I forgot what her name
Finally,
was.
you
Let
got
me
it.
look it up. Yeah. Female characters.
Hoshihiro.
Oshijiro.
Hoshijiro. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Who is actually the body that Sugimori comes back in at the end of the manga. So I thought that was really cool.
It's a clone.
That might have been a
literally.
giant spoiler. Sorry for you guys.
I mean, and then
Don't
she
read
comes
Knights
back as a
Sidonia.
16-story tall monster, which is like, why you're in love with that? But I guess, yeah, well.
Yeah, Jestro, Hoshijiro. Dude, guys, if you haven't read Knights Sidonia, go read it. We did a
No,
whole
don't do it.
we
Read
did
Blam.
the podcast on it. Well, they've probably already read Blam.
Do it again. Do all these old stories again.
Dude,
like,
Knights of Sidonia is not that bad. I don't know why you're such a
no,
hater.
it was great for just the comedy and some panels obviously in the story, but it missed that extra oomph.
Oh my God, I
that
can't
this
believe
whole
we're arguing
story.
about this right
I'm
now.
just I'm just a
Knights of
blame.
Sidonia. Can I get some reinforcements in the chat for
No,
other
you
people that
can't.
like, other
No,
people that
fuck
like
off.
Knights of Sidonia? Okay, Ogul says the ending was so bad. Why? I mean, yeah, it was a little rushed. What was bad about the ending, though? Oh my God! Actually, the first time I read it, I was a little
Blame
there's
is
a
my
bunch of
favorite
weird
manga.
shit.
That's what's up.
I guess maybe we shouldn't talk about Jestro like Knights. So there's so many cool elements. The character and creature designs are awesome.
I mean,
The mech designs are
obviously
cool.
it's Nihei. Obviously, you can still do that, but he
yeah.
went down with detail, obviously, in a lot of panels, and in Opossum is even less. But also, it's still nice and things, but it's just not his best. He made the story too simple. He made it too mainstream in a lot of places. A bit.
It's really
too
not. Okay, it's a little bit more simple and a little bit more mainstream
a lot
than his
more
other
simple
works.
than his other
But
works.
if you compare it to other mainstream titles, it is still a lot more complicated.
Yeah, it's
than
still different because he does CGI, and that's not CGI, science fiction, and he tries a whole different stuff with it. And obviously, his art and his style and what he did for like 10 years, I get it. Obviously, it's a bit different, but still, I don't want him to do mainstream stuff all the time. I just want him to do a bit more.
Mars. If you
Yeah,
think
I know
Nihei,
it's too late. I know it's too damn late. I know.
If you think he's going to start a new serialization with artwork that was similar to Biomega, Blam, or Abara,
yeah,
I just don't
obviously
see
he
it
can go
happening.
back to that style if he really tries, or just something else maybe. But well, we'll see. I mean, Apostlemus is now ended, so yeah, we'll see what he gets to next. Maybe even more toned down, or just the same as Apostlemus, because how much more you can go, even less detailed than this. But we'll have to see what he has to offer. I mean, in Apostlemus, he did a bit more.
I like the Opossum's artwork grew on me. It grew on me.
Yeah, the story was a bit deeper, but yeah, still, it's a great atmosphere, I would say. But it's still not my favorite. But yeah,
I mean, what do you
Obviously.
think? I've blamed like 3 times over, and all his other stories like 3, 4 times over, something like that. So obviously, I'm a fan of his old style. So that's what you get.
I mean,
Basically.
okay. Now we're beating a dead horse. I've just accepted the fact that yes, his artwork was the best in the beginning of his career, and he's not going
Yeah.
back to it. He's doing something
Nope.
different.
I
I've
know.
accepted the fact.
I know
Um,
that.
Anyway, is there any Gundam fans out there? Like I have so many videos to make for the Tackling Gundam.
Just for Gundam, because
Dude, I
Gundam can
watched
go on forever, basically.
Dude, I've watched Mobile Suit Gundam, Zeta Gundam, Gundam ZZ, Char's Counterattack, all the fucking OVAs, so like 0080 War in the Pocket,
Fuck.
08 MS Team, 0083 Stardust Memory. I'm on the last episode of Gundam Unicorn. I said in that Tackling Gundam video that I would make videos on all these, so I've
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
lot of catch up to do. I made a shitload of notes.
Just
Yes,
for that.
yes, Tanakon Sibo. Of course, I've heard of opossums. It is a Nihei book. Yeah, familiar with
We
all
know.
Nihei's works.
We're not
Um,
newbies.
Apparently, it just finished. Right, Mars? Didn't the last
Yeah,
chapter
it's like
just come
one
out?
chapter away, like a few weeks, and then it's done. Oh no. It already finished like a few weeks ago. Then never mind. It's already finished.
Sometimes you just need to get your head out of your ass. That's what Jester said. I don't know if he's talking to me or you, Mars, or someone in the chat. He
When
started
did he
reading the
say
origin.
that? I killed him.
Yeah, the origin's a good manga. Opossums, I would say, is a close contender for first place. Wow, is like Nihei's your favorite Nihei work? Oh, Opossum has the best setting, is what Jester said. I don't care what anyone else says.
I mean, the battles are pretty singular. I mean, most of them are. You get a new opponent, you go through some battles, you kill them, you go to the next, and then hence a repeat, except at the end, obviously, it gets a bit. And maybe the middle, it gets a bit different, obviously. And new factions come in, and well.
That'd be tough. I was just thinking about all the different settings in Nihei's works, and I love them all so much. I think they're all so different, too.
Yeah. All is like if you go from Blame to Biomega to Abra to his one shots, even it's like all different. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
same style, but it just chooses different references or different books, different games, and all this stuff, and it just makes it in its own. And then you get all these different deep sci-fi settings you would otherwise never see. I mean, some are more rushed than others, but still, it really works.
Yeah. Well, all right, gang. It's Saturday here, like in the day. It's time to enjoy the Saturday. For all the people
You're like
watching across the world, it might be later. Thanks for joining. Next week we're going to do volume 3. Also, guys, all the support is great. We're getting like a good amount of subscribers every week.
Yeah.
We'll probably be over 500 by the end of the year, which is pretty cool. You know, continue to like, comment, subscribe.
Go to his Patreon, his Twitter, all the good shit.
No, I don't have a
Give us money.
Patreon. And I do have a Twitter, but I'm like never on it. I'm not a very big social media
nobody's on
dude.
it, basically.
But all right, everyone out there, stay Toa heavy tough. If you're gonna
Hell
drink and do
Satan.
drugs, do them responsibly. All right,
Nah.
I'll see you next week.
Bye.